Welcome back, everyone, to round 2 of our recording session here for A Delve in the Cave by Jamie Chambers. Jamie is having some internet issues, so he'll hopefully be joining us a little bit later. But just to kind of refresh everyone and remind you of where we are, you guys are over in this cave to the far east, and you were fighting some shadow elves that had come from a portal that's in the wall where you can kind of see the shifty dancing movements of these shadow creatures. And they started peeling away from the wall. They attacked you guys, and you finally had one left, and it ran back into the shadow portal to this, wherever this ends up. And Gianna, you had some real bad luck. You shot, was it Hilalia in the back?
I don't want to talk about
it. And then Ali was hexing himself, so that was a lot of fun because he wanted to keep that going. And yeah, it's been a rough day for a couple of you guys. Hilalia got stuck in something that her too big horse butt got stuck into for being a little too wide there. And
hashtag big butt problems. Though. You have to remember, I did that on purpose.
Teslon had a tentacle monster thing fall on him. That's always a great dream of everyone's. And Lawrence, you've gotten off a little light so far.
See, you say that, and then I'm gonna get one shot at. See, stop.
We'll see. But now that I've reminded myself of this, maybe. Ali has not had it too hard. He fell down a couple times because terrain was difficult, and
so small with tiny legs.
He broke a smoking choke bomb that was placed. So that's interesting that happened. So you guys have explored lots of areas of this cave. Pretty much the south is covered. There's one cave that Ali and Teslon kind of peeked into, and then we're like, nope, and then went the other way. You guys found an ulterior exit or entrance, as it were, to the cave itself to the south. And then you kind of scoped out this room that Anansi was peeking, or that Nazir was peeking into. And that's where you found this shadow portal. So the fight has just ended. You have wounded. And as the shadow elf dives back through the portal and you look around at each other to check on how everyone's doing, you see a flash of movement as Gruck charges through the portal himself and disappears amongst the shadows.
Don't. No. Why did you have to do that, you big guy?
You tell him.
Is the portal still there?
Portal's still there.
Don't know. No.
Walk up to it and kind of, probe it with the end of my crossbow. Does it, if I poke it through, can I pull it back?
Yeah, so you see that there's this little shimmer, and then you don't see the edge of your crossbow, but as you pull it back, the crossbow just reappears.
I would say just shoot one blind in there, but you're risking hitting the big one.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or if you do, remember, you can always hide and shame afterwards.
Just turns away and is like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Cross my arms, look back, hide and shame? Or hit something I'm not aiming at? That's not what I do.
I'm happy. So we're all clear that we're not going to go after. We're not going after Gruck, are we? Are we diving through this portal?
No. I mean, I won't.
I mean, he is part of the group, but I mean, the group is on this side, and now he's an individual. So, I mean,
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
how are we going?
We got to go through, guys. Come on, line up.
Well
Let's do
said.
it. We got to go
I'm
through.
just putting out the facts there, you know.
I feel kind of crappy living in on the other side alone like that, but that's me. It just doesn't seem like a bright idea to go in.
Well, I mean, we got separated once before, and we found another opening that connected places. Maybe if we keep going, we'll still, reach back up with him eventually.
That's a fair point.
Is that
Can't argue with that logic.
Yeah,
I guess I'm outvoted.
Well, then where are we going now?
that's what I was wondering. Is if we don't go through there, where can we go through? It's have we explored this whole cave? Do y'all think we've explored this cave?
Nope. So just to ping a couple points of where some of you have been, some of you haven't. If you ran to the south through the crevice, but you've got this. I'm going to ping on the map. So you've got this whole area that you haven't, that leads up to something. You've got this hallway. Now that you've broken through that kind of weak floor, you guys were able to kind of come down here and combine forces, but there's a way up as well. Oop, I will not drag the map. I will not drag the map. And then there's also this hallway right here.
Yeah, now at one point, I was thinking about going here, but then I guess nobody really saw me, so I was just like, okay.
You started going, and then the shadow shot you and shot at you guys, and then the Gruck took off after him, and everyone got distracted.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. I knew something happened. I was like, hey, let's go there, and then never mind.
All right, so
I guess
then,
since
right?
yeah, I was gonna say to we go here since it's the closest one to here.
All right, what's our marching order now that Grug's no longer in front?
I should be in front since it
I'm
takes a
taking out
truck
in
to
the
hit
back.
me.
Yo, G, you want me and you should scout. Go ahead and scout
Yeah, I think
together.
you and I are probably the most observant of the group.
Yeah.
Also, remember that this was kind of loose area, so I'm kind of heavy. So if this is like a hole in the floor, then
So
the heaviest person is gonna fall through.
as Gianna and Naz kind of start scrambling back up there, the rock is very loose, and you realize that it was set up to be a pit trap, but that you guys setting it off this last time and being as careful as you were about setting it off, because Hilalia kind of put a hoof down and then like just slowly put weight on it and everything, so nobody was hurt. But now that it's been triggered, it's just loose gravel. It's just going to be kind of difficult terrain to get through, and I'll just need a dex check from everyone that's passing it.
As we're preparing to do that, Ali McDade is going to suddenly look at behind his shoulder and up in the air. They're like, what? What? Right now? What? In my... What? And he goes through his bag and he takes out a big book covered in like vines and leaves and stuff. And he looks back like, well, thank you very much, I guess. And he opens it up and check. Oh, I got something that could help us. Now he's going to cast guidance on people to help them get up. He just got this book from the Warlock level up. So the angel that gave him his power just boop, it in his bag. And he's like, oh, crap, I can do that now. Hey, people, I'm going to help.
So random.
What
Yeah, I
a
was just
crazy
gonna be
random
like-
happenstance.
That, you know, angels and stuff, they're always weird.
Yeah, if this was like another time, it'd be weird. But with this group, everything now is just like that's a thing.
yeah.
By the way, Naz, you still have a very brightly glowing gem.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the clap off and and clap it off.
Okay. So go
Um,
ahead, Gianna and Naz, roll and
Ooh.
roll a. Let's start with perception. I know you have really high passive perception, Naz, but let's see if you beat it by an active perception.
I get advantage because of Deft Explorer, and that's awesome. So rolling 1 and rolling 2.
Mine was
Cool.
still higher.
Hair flip. So what you guys see as you creep forward and kind of make your way up this gravel, please make a dex saving throw as well, please.
Are we getting guidance for this?
For the saving throw, you're getting something else. There's another spell, which is resistance, I think.
I thought guidance was on ability checks.
Yes, and ability checks are more the skills and the stuff. Saving throws are saving throws.
You can use it on your perception, but not on your saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a saving throw?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I was confused. Dex saving
But
throw.
you can still add a d4.
Yeah, because he just cast resistance on you.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
You're fine. Okay. So Nas just gracefully hops right up the incline. As the gravel shifts beneath his feet, it does nothing to slow him down. Gianna, you make it, but you slide a little bit on the way. You don't really have much difficulty getting up. You probably would have had an easier time if he wasn't spitting his gravel in your wake. But
Sorry.
That's-
Sorry.
But as you get to the top, you see a little bit down this way before it kind of curves out of sight. You don't see much except that the passage continues on. And then this way, I'm going to do a little reveal-y reveal.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, okay. Let me hit reveal areas again. There we go. So you see it kind of keep going and veer a little bit more to the right out of sight in terms of the passageway, but then you also see that there may or may not be an opening along the way if you guys continue. And that would put you guys, by the way, I'm going to move you. That's Naz, and Gianna is this one, right? I think I have him right.
I super can't remember.
Cool.
The one you can move is you.
Sure.
So you guys make it about there because that's where all the debris ends.
And there's nothing up here? We don't see anything up here?
Not yet.
Yeah,
You can
let's keep
continue
going.
on. Okay.
Is it safe for us to come up?
Oh. So far, so good, guys.
So I need from the other three, I need dex saving throws, please.
If we have the time, Ali is gonna add this resistant cantrip to everyone.
Okay.
Dex.
Oh, what's before the spell ends?
I'm going to go put Gruck away for now.
Nice.
Teslan, yep, 1d4.
Ryan, keep messing up the.
Oh, it's.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, I'll do.
Wow. That was
So
bad.
here's what happens. So Hilalia, you actually kind of get a running gallop to make your way up, and that way, like before the gravel really slides, you're already through it. So you make it to the top. Ollie, you kind of struggle a little bit. You slip and slide a little bit, but you kind of struggle through and make it up there. And then Teslan, you kind of plant your beefy armored self and start to kind of make the trudge up. And each step you take, your feet just slide back beneath you, and then you feel this like little bit of optimism shine over you as Ollie gives you that resistance cantrip, but it just doesn't seem to do enough, and you just keep sliding back down. It's actually making me think of Shadow from Homeward Bound when he's trying to climb the thing at the end.
That's so sad.
So I'm back down there and have to.
You're on push to talk.
So I'm back down there and I got to do the. I'll wait till everybody else is at the top before I try climb it again.
Yep, you are
Always throw him a rope.
all up there except Teslan.
And I'm afraid I can't help you anymore. I need to be able to touch you. I'm not going back down.
Do we have rope? I was like, don't we have like I look at my Dungeoneer's kit and my my explorer's bag. I have explorer's bag with 50
I
feet
got
rope.
this. I got it.
We're arguing about ropes, like, no, mine is better. And then we turn around, he's just there. Oh.
I plant my feet, start moving forward. You will probably hear rocks falling behind me, but I just keep trudging up.
Yeah, he gets a little more momentum with it after watching Hilalia kind of take the galloping way up, so he moves a little faster, and that way his feet don't get as caught up in the gravel, and you make it to the top.
And I just keep going to the opening just because I got the head of steam and I don't want to look at everybody's face.
What was that about a shame?
So since you are not turning back, here's what I will show you. Reveal areas. So before I reveal any more, I'm gonna read to you a little bit. Can you make a perception check for me, Teslan?
Certainly.
I will follow him too.
10 for perception.
10? Okay. Your face is very hot from the little bit of embarrassment that you have from that last attempt there. So you're just barreling through. You're more bravery than looking out right now. But what you see, Gianna, I'm going to use your perception from earlier since you're still kind of creeping forward here. Among the many stone features in this large chamber are the bones of animals large and small, along with the half-eaten corpse of what appears to be a gray-skinned elf, one of the Shadow Fae. Large insectile egg shards are scattered among the rocks. I would like Gianna and Teslan to please roll a d4.
Oh.
Teslan, you win.
I win.
Oh no.
Yay.
So as you come barreling through, I'm going to reveal the rest of this room. Nope, I gotta be careful or else I'm going to reveal that part of next room. There we go.
Now that doesn't look bad.
Depends on your definition of bad.
Right, insectoid like that.
Kind of glad he won now.
Yeah. Who didn't see that coming? Well, other than my character, the player saw it coming.
All right. So what happens? So you see 3 small-looking slime creatures that are ravaging the corpse of this elf. As you come barreling into the room, this large slime creature falls from the ceiling on top of Teslan.
Oh wow.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Ray, he slimed me.
Congratulations, you're on this next episode of Nickelodeon.
Wow, that just shows the difference. That shows the difference in generations.
Oh man.
Being slimed meant Ghostbusters in mine.
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking
man.
was Ghostbusters, you know?
19, 19, 18, 17, 13, 9, 6. Okay, here we go. So top of the order, Gianna, you see this big sludgy green crawler drop onto Teslan. I'm not even gonna, you know what? As it hits Teslan, he's got to take some damage for it falling on him, right? Maybe. So real quick,
That's
before we
your
do
choice.
that, I'm going to do a tentacle attack real quick. That's going to hit. Please make a Constitution saving throw, Tom.
$18.
Okay, you are not poisoned, but you do take 4 damage. Okay. Now it is Gianna's turn. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I feel like my character would be trying to like pull him out from under the thing, though obviously that I don't know if that's actually gonna work. So I'm going to use my bonus action to try to come up and grab him out from under that. So I don't know what kind of roll I would make to try to like pull him back. And then I will also do my sneak attack damage, hopefully if I can do this correctly, because it's engaged with my friend. So I'll do the sneak attack damage first then maybe, Sarah?
So you're using your action to hit the creature or to pull him?
So I want to use my action to hit the creature. I want to use my bonus action because I have the disengage, the uncanny like dodge to like pull him back with me because I can disengage from the creature. So I'm trying to like help him disengage too.
Interesting.
I don't know that would work. I'm just saying that's what my character is going to attempt to do.
What I will do for that is on Teslan's turn, if he wants to use his action to disengage from it, he can use a full action to, if he wants to use his bonus action to disengage from it, I'll let him do that.
Awesome. Well, worth a
So
shot.
you'll share a bonus action then, if he chooses to use that. So make your attack then with your action. I'm going to move Teslan here just so that you guys can we can click on that if we need to.
My short sword.
So your short sword attack is a 20.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's going to hit.
And my sneak damage is 7. So I did those a little out of order.
And what's your regular damage for it?
Oops.
You click on the words word
Short sword.
Oh,
in the chat.
Got it.
No, in the chat. Not on your character sheet. You go in the chat and you click.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, so it takes 10 damage. Ouchie.
And then I'm disengaging for my part of the bonus action to come on back here.
All right. Next up is Naz.
Okay, so being around Gianna has helped influence my ambush ability, and I have learned from being around this very talented rogue. So I'm going to use my Dread Ambush ability, which is something that I got by being a Gloomstalking Ranger.
Nice.
So I'm going to. I have line of sight on this guy, right?
From where you are, which icon is you?
That's me.
Yeah. Oh, you do, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to. Okay, at the first turn of each combat, your walking speed increased by 10 feet. If you use the attack action to hit a creature, you can do an extra attack, and that creature takes extra damage equal to 1d8. Okay, so I'm going to roll. I'm going to use my longbow, and I'm going to shoot him. Shoot the big blob thing.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
I got 21.
That's going to hit.
Okay, so if you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack, a weapon attack as a part of that action. If that attack hits, that target takes an extra 1d8 of that weapon type damage. So since I hit him, I'm going to hit him again.
Okay, but roll your damage on the first one first so that we
Okay.
resolve that.
Okay. I'm trying to be rogue-like, but I'm not. I can't be a rogue, but I'm learning.
All right, so that's
All right,
5
I got
damage.
5 damage.
So go ahead and roll
And
your second attack.
Ooh. Second attack. +7. Let's go.
That's going to hit.
20. Ooh. So it takes 2d8 worth of damage plus the 3.
Yeah, okay, so you roll a second attack just to add another d8 to your damage. That's cool.
That's learning. I learned that the rogue can do some super dope sneak attack stuff. So I've been watching. I've been peeping game. Game recognized game. Yeah.
So,
Under my wing. Don't worry.
so the second attack, is that an extra 1d8 or is that an extra 2d8?
It would be one. It's 1d8 for the longbow shot. I do an extra 1d8 worth of weapon damage, so it's
Okay.
2d8.
Okay, but you already rolled your damage for the first one. So
Yeah.
for this one, I need you to just roll 1d8.
1d8.
You rolled
thought it would
I
be-
2d8.
understood.
Okay. So it says you can make an additional weapon attack as a part of that action. If that attack hits, the target takes a extra 1d8.
Correct.
An extra 1d8.
An extra 1d8. But you already rolled 1d8 because we resolved your damage on the first one.
Oh, okay. So no,
Gotcha,
I thought
got
that I thought because I'm making a second attack that it would do the regular damage of, like, if I was just doing another attack.
But the way you read it sounds like it's just as part of this attack you get an extra 1d8. Okay,
5
so
points
that's so your first one was 5 and your second one is 5 as well. So you do 10 points of damage on this thing.
Nice.
yeah. And I'm going to. I forgot to hunter's mark this thing.
No!
You know what? I'm going to use my bonus action to hide and shame. That's what I'm going to do. I'm a ranger. I'm a ranger that forgets the hunter's mark. Like, that's just, you know.
You got to do the Gianna hand up. Awesome. All right, next in the order is the slime babies over here. So closest thing to them is Teslan.
Oh no.
Give me 1 second though. Let me just double check something. All right, so their intelligence is 1 and their wisdom is 0. So I'm actually going to make a wisdom saving throw for them, just to see if they're like, well, I got meat in front of me, gonna keep nomming, or if they're gonna turn around and attack the fresh meat that is in front of them. So this is the first one. He's smart enough. The second one is not smart enough. And the third one is smart enough. So only 2 of them are gonna leave the rotting flesh and head toward a Teslon. All right. Let's do it. So they're gonna just bite at your feetses.
Oh no.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes, it does, and I'm gonna hit it with.
Push to talk.
Yes, it does, and I'm gonna hit it with Wrath of the Storm.
What does that do?
Yeah.
Is it a reaction?
Yes, it's a. You can use your reaction to cause the creature to make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage, your choice, on a failed save throw, and half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay, so let me resolve the damage on this first, and then I'll let you do that.
Sounds good.
It only does 1d4 piercing, so take 3 damage. And then you need a dex saving throw from me?
Yes, I do.
You got it. 16.
2d8. Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see. Looking up what my saving throw is. That's something I forgot.
Oh, your DC? At level
Yeah.
3, it's not 16.
Okay, yeah, that's spell save DC on the spells page, right? Just for my own knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's 13.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So you'll only do 7 then.
7? That was a nice roll, though. All right, so let's do 7 on this thing. Oh, it's looking really singed. It's got steam coming off of it. It has like the lightning kind of like going through its transparent body back and forth, and it's kind of twitching funny. But
Good.
it is still moving.
Yep. No, I definitely used lightning because not sure what you'd do with thunder damage in a cave. I know what I would do as a GM.
Oh.
You would cave us in?
Well, thank you for joining us on this adventure. Everyone is dead.
Pretty much.
All right. So that one was that one's turn. We're going to do this one next. So this one's going to bite at your toesies as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled a nat 1. I like consequences for nat 1s a lot. So as this one is crawling forward, ooh, I know what I want to do with this. I'm actually going to say that it's this one that's attacking. Let me just make sure. Hold on. Let me just. Okay, it is that one. As it's blindly scurrying toward Teslon to bite at his toesies, its brother is in the way, and it chomps on its brother.
Oh wow.
These are not smart. Does 3 damage, which kills its brother.
It kill steal.
Bro.
It kill stole.
Damn.
It totally
That's
kills.
usually my bad, bro. That's like all me. That's all me, bro. All me.
So it chomped down, and all that twitching and wriggling just kind of like makes the goo kind of fall apart, and it's now just a wet spot of slime on the ground. And you know what? For funsies, Teslan, high or low?
Low.
All right, I'm rolling a d20. 7. So that's a winner. So as it bites its brother, some of that electricity connects and goes through. So go ahead and roll a d4 of damage for this guy.
Hey. Oh my
Wow.
God! You killed Slimy.
Oh, nice. Full 4.
Nicely done.
Usually I only roll like this when I'm a GM.
Next in the turn order is Mama.
Mm.
So Mama is worried about kiddos, and Mama is going to do another tentacle attack, but it's going to try to get one of those tentacles into Teslan's mouth and like start pulling. Let's see what happens.
Oh wow.
Well, with a 5, she is unsuccessful. And that is all she can do. All right, next in the order is Ollie.
Ollie is gonna take out his pistol one and point it at the Big Mama, X her, and then shoot.
Do not roll a 1.
Yeah. I didn't.
Good. 22 is going to hit.
So 6.
6 damage.
Oh wait, it's lacking 3,
Oh,
so a
shit.
total of 9. Ooh, things move. Total of
Yeah,
9. I have
there we go.
acquired the thing, the invocation that allows me to add my charisma to damage, and it didn't register in roll 20. But yeah.
Okay. So
So 9.
as you shoot at it, kind of like in Flubber, it connects and then all kind of like shoots to slimy rain and like falls to the ground.
Oh. Nice.
And by the way, you had a bullet, Teslan, come right past your head.
It's a ray of magic, but yeah,
A ray of magic bullet.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Hilalia.
Oh, my turn. Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna be targeting him. Well, I'll tell you what. What's going on? How come I can't click on my character? Okay, there we go. So I guess this will put me at. Well, no, wait. You know what? I wonder if I can do that. Now that. Oh, cool! I can do that. Now, can I? I know that you can move through friendly characters, but can you run through friendly characters?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make myself
Run-
flat against the wall for you. You're good.
Running is also moving.
Well, you know, you have to be technical with D&D because they had certain things like, oh, well, yeah, in real life it would work, but in this game, that's not how it works. Like, okay, whatever. Let's see, if you move straight forward, then you hit it with it on the same term. Can move. Okay, cool. So here's what we're going to do. Change it to that. Move over here. Here. And we're going to target this one.
That was the one
For-
at that bit its brother?
Yes.
Okay. 16
For
hits.
16. And then, let's see, it's a 12. 12 plus 2. Wait. Oh, what are we doing? That wasn't what I was trying to do.
So you rolled a 1d12 for damage, so it's 1d12 plus 2.
Yes.
You have to do an advanced dice roller for that if you click the dice thing on the left. But so that's 12 damage, which this boyo has 9 hit points. So sludge.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, the one time I could actually do a charge, because like I can do so much more damage because I did the charge. I'm just like, oh well, oh, okay.
All right, that was your turn?
Yep.
All right, Teslan.
Warhammer to the last one.
Do it.
Wow.
Nat 1. So, because I am a mean and terrifying GM, I love to punish nat 1s, as I said. So as you raise your hammer and step forward to connect with the final unaware slime that's busy eating the shadow elf that's on the floor, you slip in the goo that has dissolved at your feet. And you start bringing the hammer down as you slip, and it's going to hit Halalia. Please roll your damage.
no.
Oh, this is the second time
Of course.
Lily is getting hit because of nat ones.
At least he rolled a 1 for damage, so that's 4 points of bludgeoning damage for Halalia. Could be a lot
4
worse.
points. Yeah, when you hit me, I kind of look at you like, dude, really?
It was the slime. My apologies. I did what I could to mitigate
whatever.
to mitigate it. By rolling.
Now you're all covered in slime, so yeah, you're really smelly and drippy.
Well, on the plus
I'm
side,
guessing that he probably hit my legs because my legs aren't armored. So that's the part that he hits.
well, on the plus side, if he were to rub some of that slime on you, you might be able to fit down that.
Oh wow.
I can finally get in there.
So
And we are back.
we're to the point of talking about lubing up the horse.
Hey, we've already
I can finally,
we
with enough lube, I can finally get in the hole.
Yeah, but you're gonna take poison damage from it.
we already discussed what was it, hashtag big butt problems. So,
Absolutely. All right, with that, we are at the top of the order. Gianna.
Yep. So like I just saw Tesla like trip all over slime, and I'm not about to be covered in slime, so I'm gonna use my bow to hit the last one.
Cool.
Or not.
You rolled a 2, not a 1. So a 6 is gonna miss.
But at least I'm not covered in slime, so
That's true. Very true. All right. So that takes us back to Naz.
all right. Understanding that that I forgot to, I
Stuff.
forgot to do things that I forgot stuff. So we're updating. I'm not using the UA stuff. I'm using the Tasha's thing because I just realized that I had it. I'm going to attack it, and I'm going to use favorite foe on it.
I have a question. Did you already use the UA thing?
I've been using I used the UA thing in the UA variant the first time around.
Okay, so I would say your first 2 levels then are the UA, and then you your third level can
Okay, I got you.
vary. Okay,
I got you. No problem. No problem.
cool.
If that's the case, then I'm going to go back to.
Just for story consistency.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I completely understand, and I'm glad that you said it. So that means
Cool.
I get to use Hunter's Mark free without concentration and without using a spell slot. So I mean, like, yeah,
Yay!
I'm
That's
all for that. Thank you. I was just trying to be fair.
Cool beans.
But you know what I'm saying? Do you want to? Okay, cool. So I'm using favorite foe. Favorite foe allows me to use Hunter's Mark without concentration a number of times equal to my wisdom modifier. This is my first time. Is this my first time using it or second time using it?
For Hunter's Mark,
Yeah.
I think you used it once last game.
Yeah, he used it before
Oh.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Oh yeah, he used it once, then he moved it. That's what it was.
I moved it and I didn't know if I still had it, but you know, it doesn't matter. I'm using it. I'm gonna use it now. It's free and I get to use it without concentration. So yeah. So that's what we're doing. Hunter's marking the last thing with my bonus action, and I'm going to shoot it in the face.
Do it. I mean, it doesn't really have a face. It has
yeah,
a food hole. A food hole.
A maw.
Do it.
Good
I'm,
word. Better than food hole.
That's
Use
a
the scientific term for a
15.
food hole.
You rolled a 15. That is gonna hit.
Yes. Yes. It's a D8. It's a D8 plus 3 plus a D6. So 10 points of damage.
10 total. Okay. Well, with its 9 hit points, it
Get
sludges.
it, Nas. Get it.
Yeah, man. Thank
Nas,
you.
as you are standing where you are, and you shot it with a bow, right?
Yeah, that's right with the bow.
So as you shot with that bow and see it drop, you kind of lower your bow and you realize that you're even with this this opening next to you, and you turn and look down and see that there's another passageway that turns there.
Come on, right here?
Ooh.
Right.
Right here.
Oh. I'm going to.
I'm gonna, before you do anything, that's what you see, but that was your action. So we are technically out of initiative, but I want everyone else, like, if you're looking around the room or whatever, you get time for that. So let's do that first. So my turn tracker. Ollie, what are you doing?
Well, he's gonna move up here and check around that room for people. Like, okay, they seem to be fine, and then he's gonna turn around and look the same. See his buddy right there, looking to his right, and he's gonna be and look down with him. But,
Okay. It's kind of what you see down there.
all right, next.
All right. Next is
Can I move
Hilalia.
Hunter's Mark on myself?
Me? You can technically on your next turn.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. But Buddy McDay is gonna put his axe on himself now. He
That's
can
fine.
see very well.
That's fine. Hilalia?
So I guess I'm just gonna go right here and see if there's anything inside these gelatinous goo things.
Nope, except some like decomposing meat, flesh, bone.
That's what I was like. It's a long shot, but you know what? Let's see if there's anything cool in there. Not really expecting to find anything.
Yeah, it's there's nothing in here but that you can see. Go ahead and roll a investigation though, just to be sure.
Investigation. +4. Here we go. 24. Wow.
Yeah, as you're starting to like sift through everything and kind of kick it around with your feet, it's all just dirt, rock, and skeletons of carcasses. Other than the flesh that smells pretty nice and horrible, that's pretty bad. Next up is Teslan.
I am going to get this crap off of me.
Prestidigitation.
I don't actually have prestidigitation as a cantrip. It's not one of the options, but I'm just going to start, just making sure, shaking it off everything. Yeah, I got to check the beard because that warlock shot was really close. And make sure the beard is still there.
There are pools of water in other places. You might have to climb down, but you could like wash yourself if you wanted to.
In pools that I can't see the bottom of and don't know what else is in there? No, I don't.
Why won't you fall for accept my advice?
Because I'm a cleric, and while, yes, I am dumb and non-charismatic, I am wise.
Awesome. All right, so he's cleaning himself up. Gianna, what you doing?
Since Halalia did a really good job investigating this room, I don't feel like I need to do a second investigation. So I'm gonna turn around and go back down to be like, "Nice job, Nas!" Like getting that kill shot, and I'll see what they're all staring at.
High five.
Cool. And back to Nas. Are you going in this room?
Yeah, I'm going to move Hunter's Mark onto myself because it's
Okay.
a concentration up for an hour, and I'm going to put my back against this wall over here, and I'm going to look inside this area right here.
All right. There is a dead end down a moderate slope, and there's a small pool of stagnant water at the bottom. And what you see is a shadow fae on her side with eyes wide open, half in the pool of water. What do you do?
Hey Gianna. There's a person in the water. There's a person in the water.
Down and start shooting because I'm shooting.
Okay. Let's roll initiative. So before we do, remember to select your token and let me delete all these. And then while you're doing that, I'm not going to reveal. Actually, you know what? I will reveal just a little bit. Okay.
I didn't say for you to shoot the person. I just said that there was a person in the water.
I mean, yes.
I think it was implied.
No, Gianna just like definitely took that mental leap on her own, but she's like, "Oh, Nas is in trouble. I'm gonna go save Nas." Not that Nas said he would.
Add. All right. I'm an 11.
Okay. Gianna, go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna come in with my short bow to see what I can do. I'm not aiming very well, so I don't know if you want me to be disadvantaged because like I don't really have line of sight as I'm going in there.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit disadvantage. So I miss.
A 6 misses.
Mm.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to make you re-roll it again because technically your idea of disadvantage is cool, but she's prone on the ground, which technically
would give her disadvantage anyway as a range attack. When someone is prone and you shoot a range attack at them, you have
Oh, okay.
disadvantage.
Okay, well then 6 works. And it misses, it pings into the stagnant water and splashes her face. She looks down at you, but like she doesn't move. It's just her eyes that move. And they look at her, they look at you, and they're in total fear, and then they look ahead of her again. Naz, we're at the top of the order. It's you. Actually, if it's okay, I'm going to have your action because you got to choose what to do, and you were like, Gianna? Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Ollie, what you doing?
Ollie is gonna. He sees Gianna come in and start shooting, so he's like, "Oh, go, come here!" Well, he's gonna move in and look around, see the lady on the ground, but he's gonna, before he shoots, he's gonna take time to like look around himself and her.
Please roll a perception.
All right, he's a little buzzed off his own X, so he has disadvantage on his perception.
Okay. As you're looking around, it's dark in here, and your light is just kind of all over the place, trying to see what's going on. You light up the face of the shadow elf, but that's all that you really get.
Okay. What he's gonna do then is X her with his bonus action, and then hold his action to, if she does a movement towards them, he's gonna shoot.
Okay.
But that's it.
All right, Teslan.
Actually, I'm just gonna head down to the
Push to talk.
wrong button. Sorry. I'm just gonna head down to see what everybody's talking about, and it looks
right.
like it's pretty full. Can I get in there, or is it still, or is the area clogged up?
The map is actually bigger than what it appears here, so you can get in. If you need to, you can stand on a wall. So go ahead and move your character where you want it to be.
I try and put my character between everybody else in danger.
So there.
Yep.
Okay. And the elf, still not moving. The elf makes a gargled sound in her throat. And keeps looking from you guys ahead of her. And with that, I'll wait until the last person goes, which is Hilalia.
Alrighty then. Turn this around. I guess we'll just kind of saunter over here to see what's going on. Do a perception check.
Yes, if you want to take a look around.
See, what is my perception? Persuasion, perception 2.
$11. Yeah, with Ollie's light kind of flashing from place to place and then just focusing on the face of the elf itself, you don't really get to pick up much other than the stagnant water on the floor and this elf lying there with wide eyes.
My hammer would have also had light on it, so I don't know if that changes it or not.
It doesn't, because he didn't roll at disadvantage. So yeah, I'd say as you're running in and stuff, like the light is just causing other shadows for right now, and the two people actually looking around aren't seeing much because they roll.
Yeah, I don't really see too much of danger as much as just people hanging around. I think one person is. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we are at the bottom of the order, before we move on, let me get back to this. Let me select this. Let me do that. Yep. Okay. And let's see what. Okay, that's the top of the order then. As everyone floods into the room, some of you look around, some of you draw weapons to take aim. This elf is looking from you to in front of her as she lays in this gross, stagnant water. She's making these noises at you until finally these noises kind of turn into and her eyes shut.
No.
Nas.
I'm going to do something very stupid, but it's okay. I'm going to run up. I'm going to run and try to pull the woman out of the water.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Ooh, why? Why did it have to be strength? All right. Oh, that's a check. That's not. No, never mind. That was a check. I have a. No, I have a +1. I have a +1.
Okay.
That's a 12.
So, it's sloshy and gross water and everything, and you struggle a little bit, but you start to pull her up and out of the water. And as you do, you see one of those. Where is my reveal? One of these attached to her eye socket that was submerged in the water. And it is attached as you pull her up, and she's unconscious.
That's not good.
Your action, so you only have a bonus action and movement left because you used your action to pull her out.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on eyeball attached thing.
Okay.
And then you try to use my movement to keep pulling her away from eyeball attached thing.
Go ahead and use your movement to show us on the map where you're pulling her. And when you're pulling her, you have half movement because you're dragging someone.
Okay, so it would have been like 5, 10, and then since I'm okay, if I'm here, and this is her.
Yeah, so I would say it would take you 10 feet to get to her.
Yeah.
And then your remaining movement is halved.
So it'll be back. 10, so we'll both be back to where I started then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works. So let me select. There is
It was attached to her. It was attached to her eyeball. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you there just so we can see. All right.
And I think you're dragging it with you.
Oh yeah, I would.
I'm dragging the creature, and you're dragging her.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are. So Gianna.
Stab the creature thing! Stab the creature thing!
I'm definitely going to do that. And since I'm now considering this elf woman my friend, not foe, I'm going to use sneak attack as well.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to add the sneak. Oh, I'm still on disadvantage. Sorry. Let me re-roll that without that on. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna hit.
It misses. As you're like, ew, ew, and you release, it pings off the side of the cave wall.
I was a little shocked there.
Ollie.
Oh, Ollie is is noticing that his spell gave off because she's down. So he's going to switch it to this creature, and he's trying to aim with his wand at the creature, but it's right next to him and it's attached to someone's face. So he puts the he puts the wand away, take out this little sickle, and is trying to attack it.
Okay.
That's his dagger, not the sickle. He's not good at that.
Okay. Once
Still,
again,
this is-
there's. So I just imagine, guys, everyone runs in this room is like, what? Ew! 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 And as Nas is kind of moving this away while also trying to keep this slime larva away. Slarva, that's what it's going to be now.
Larva.
Trying to
like
pull
Slarva.
this body away. It's just too much movement, and you just don't make contact.
Slarva is really good on toast.
Oh,
Oh,
God. Burns going down. Take 1d4 plus 2 poison. Tesla.
I'm taking.
Okay.
I think he's froze.
What? No.
No, you're here.
Yeah. Nobody else has hit it yet?
Nope.
Run up behind it and I hit it.
With the Warhammer?
With the Warhammer, yes.
Okay. Don't roll a 1.
I've already rolled 2
It's gonna
ones.
explode that poor lady's head. I'm gonna get the slime. Oh.
See? No problems.
There you go.
Yay!
Go ahead and roll your
Let's go.
damage. All right. So everyone's trying to stab at this thing, and he just kind of braces himself, takes a swing, and gets it between the hammer and the rock wall and smashes it. It is still squiggling and holding on. Next up is death saving throw. I don't want you guys to see it, so I'm going to roll it over here. Because drama.
I mean, it is a dark elf, so.
Dark elves
Not
are people
all
too.
dark elves are bad.
Well, it's one less to mess with my butter and my milk at night.
My brain just heard it's one less to mess with my butt.
I mean, that too, if you want to be more
I
specific.
mean,
Wow. Wow.
So, all right. So her turn just went. Halalia, it's your turn.
Okay, so we're going to attack it with the Great Axe.
Okay.
And that will be +4.
You hit.
So it'll be +2, right? Yes.
So 9 plus 2?
11. Yes.
All right.
11.
And with that, it puddles to the floor, no longer attached to the eyeball of the elf. Next.
The way that instead of using the edge blade, I turn it flat and just kind of like you're trying to swat at a fly, you know. So instead of cutting it, it was just more of a whap away.
Fair enough. And with that, for drama, we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
Thank you, Ted.
See you guys in 10. All right. So when we left off, it was Halalia's turn. Naz. We are back
Okay,
to the top of the order.
Yeah, one thing I was gonna say was after I hit it and I kind of killed it, I kind of look at everybody else like, really, guys, come on now.
I'm going to try to roll. I'm not good in medicine. I only have a +2, but I'm going to. I don't want to do. I'm trying to stabilize this young woman
Okay,
if I can.
roll a medicine check.
Can I get guidance? Help me.
I mean, I can, but it's not my turn right now.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
Hurts my feelings.
All right, so as you what I'll let you do this time with your 10, you see the slime crawler fall, and so you kind of turn her around and you lay her down quickly, and you're trying to like see what to do, and you see that she actually is badly wounded by a large bite wound, and you make the assumption that she was paralyzed from it, but you are not able to help her.
I relay that information to the rest of the group.
Gianna.
I'm not much better in medicine, but I'm willing to give it a go. So I'm gonna come over and see if I can put compression onto the wound area and try to stabilize her.
Well, since you did try to shoot at her,
I feel a little guilty, yeah.
With a 12, you don't see much else, but you see the wound and you start putting pressure. You don't know if it's helping or not. Ollie.
Ari, like someone talked about a big bite wound, and she seemed paralyzed. And he's gonna look at the bite wound, and I'm gonna use nature to try it and then identify what did that to her, because they didn't seem to paralyze people last time we fought them.
Okay. You're really not sure.
Okay.
Never seen anything like this before. You guys you spent all your good rolls.
Apparently.
I think
Tesla.
it's destined what's going to happen with this group.
I guess I'm gonna do cure light wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your healing dice.
Hopefully they're better than some of the other dice I've rolled.
And ours.
Facts.
She heals 5 points of damage. She is still not moving, but her eyes are open.
Okay. I mean, her
She
not
still
moving
must be
could
paralyzed.
be a good thing.
Yep.
Right? It's not like we need to restrain her.
So Halelia, what are you doing?
I guess I'll let's see. Hold on. Let me think about the right way to put this. So I'll kind of look at her, and I'll just tell her, if you want to, if the answer is yes, just nod. If the answer is no, just shake your head. Okay.
She her gaze kind of narrows, and she just glares at you.
Maybe try something like
her head.
blink once and blink twice.
Blink 3 times if you hate us. And yes, I'm going way back old school with that one, folks.
Oh, man.
Well, I am going to take us out of initiative order because she is no longer making death saves. What are you guys doing?
I'd roll medicine. I've got a pretty good roll with that to see what's up.
What's your medicine? Oh, sorry. I thought you made the roll. Go ahead and make the roll.
23.
Nice.
All right. So you note, as you look at the wound, You note the swollen purplish lash marks on her gray flesh, and you understand that she's suffering from some sort of toxin. But you also know that now that you've healed her, she will fight off the poison after about a minute.
We got about a minute, folks, before she starts moving again.
Okay,
So-
great. So let's tie her up.
I'm gonna put my axe on her.
Lawrence, do you have something to say?
I'm. I don't think that tying her up when we just saved her from dying
45 seconds.
is productive. Like maybe we could just prop her up on the wall and try to have a conversation with her.
I'm
Okay,
close enough
sure.
to her. I start taking any weapons off of her quickly as I prop her up against the wall.
You find
This is probably the bitch that's been shooting at us this whole day.
Could be the case, yeah.
Let's not assume.
you
Okay.
find a short sword and a short bow.
Mm-hmm.
By the time that you move her against the wall and disarm her, we are at 15 seconds.
Take a step back so my shield and my warhammer are facing her. I don't
trained
have
my
the
bow on
hammer
her.
raised. I don't have the hammer raised, but it's in ready position if she decides to bolt.
I think it's adorable that you raise your hand.
What I would want to do is try to triage the wound or try to use a nature check to see what bit her outside of the creature that was on her eye.
Make a nature check.
And I was gonna ask, could I like triage? Can I like wrap? Can I try to wrap the room
Don't
or
have
something?
time.
Oh, we don't have time. Oh,
Not before she starts moving.
oh.
And she's
And you're gonna
healed,
have to
so
look at it
shouldn't be too
first.
I got a 7. I'm the nature boy. The nature boy got a 7.
bad. I am the farmer, and I didn't do much better.
You have never seen a bite like this. But as you like take a closer look at the wound, all these weapons are trained on you, but you're still like up in her business there. She begins to move and says, and her head kind of turns to you, Naz, since you're right in front of her, and says, "Thank you, Earthbound." And she does say it in common.
Hey, sure.
I
Whatever.
say back. I say back in common. You're welcome. How did you end up there? And I point back at the watery hole.
Their bite causes paralysis. And she turns and looks at Hilalia. Idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was the slime creature that bit you?
Very good.
Cool. Can
We're a smart group, let me tell you.
I mean, hey,
we're trying.
we're level 3 guys. Level
So did you take the 2-year-old kid from the village?
I did not.
Have you
do
seen
you
it?
know who did?
Not in a long time. I don't know
Okay,
why Kerwin was so worried about you. You're obviously all fools. Though I thank you, and she turns her gaze on Teslan, for the healing. Would you happen to have more?
Not right at the moment. This has been a fairly difficult trek through the cave.
That's the point.
What, do you want it to make it more difficult for us so far?
The point was for you to leave, but you're clearly too stupid for that, too.
You know,
Gianna's just like,
mean-
yeah, we are.
We need who we came for. And then we'll leave you in peace.
Mm-hmm. Call it whatever you want. but we're gonna keep on going till we find the child.
There is no child.
Are you
Okay,
saying
I'll
the
ask,
child
where's the child?
dead?
Sorry, two of you were talking, so I lost both of it.
I think we both said the same thing. Where's the kid?
We have no child.
And neither do we.
So
So
you're
where's the
saying,
kid?
are you saying the child's dead or the child never existed?
Neither.
Yeah, we're definitely not smart enough to understand this, so I think we're gonna stick around for a while.
I'm an
She-
inside. I'm an inside checker.
Okay.
Got +4. Let's go. 14.
You can't be 100% sure, but you feel like she may be withholding something, but she hasn't lied.
Like, out of character, I have a feeling it would take a lot more time to get any kind of answers out of this lady. Like, it'd probably be quicker just to find the kid on our own than to actually question this girl.
Could I do not have that skill set. I was gonna say, could I try to persuade her to give me this information, but I don't have that skill set.
I mean, you always could try.
Yeah.
It's just a roll, you know? Between 1 and 20, that's all you gotta do.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna say, sweetie, do us a favor. We saved your life. Help us so that we can help you leave here, and we can be up on our way. Just give us some information that would be beneficial to us. Where's the kid?
I was with you for that entire part except Sweetie.
Oh.
Well, you started with that, so that didn't
I
get you
mean-
very far, like, would it?
Okay,
I mean,
how
I
about
was-
then everything he just said, except replace Sweetie with a worthy foe?
You guys are terrible at this.
Well, by the great golden field of Celestia, just if you're not gonna help us, just at least promise us that you won't get in our way anymore.
She looks to you, kind of studies you for a second, rolls her eyes a bit, and she says, I have been taught that mortal races are nothing but aggressive, violent fools. I have found through your kindness, and she looks at several of you, but pointedly looks away from Gianna and Halelia. That is not always true. However, we were right about the fool's part. So, I will not hinder your task, whatever it is and fruitless as it may be. But I warn you about the Shadow Elves. We are more than capable of handling you through the rest of this cave.
We don't want no smoke, and we don't want no problems. We just want to get this kid back to their parents. That's all. No muss, no fuss. Just want to get the kid back to their mom and dad.
Though unlikely, it is not impossible to succeed at half your quest.
Half.
How do you
I
do
mean, it would
half of
be nice to
one?
bring.
Uh,
It would
uh,
be nice to bring the entire kid back, not just like.
Yeah, that's what I was like. So what? Uh,
Such
hmm.
fools.
But I think if you were saying that it is unfortunately already passed, then well, at least it'll be that.
I said no such thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say she said the dude's still alive. So yeah.
what is your name, madam?
Fleek.
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 Can you guide us through here? Will you help guide us through here so that we can achieve our goal?
I'm guessing no.
Will you repay our kindness in rescuing you by aiding us in our quest to rescue this child?
And to also sweeten the deal, I will heal you as you asked for, because you asked for more healing, and I will heal you.
She takes a moment to consider and look at all of you, and she says, I will not raise my hand against my own people, but I will point you to the shortest way to achieve your task. Again, fruitless as it may be.
Well, you did say we're a bunch of fools, so fruitless is our thing, right?
While we're talking to this woman, it really would be a good idea.
The level of
Yeah, just
shade.
keeping your mouth
Like,
shut.
no, this cave has gotten really dark all of a sudden. Like that was just a lot of shade. Like Jesus Christ. Well, for our for our safety, we shouldn't give her her bow and stuff back. You know, but you you're gonna need to protect yourself, so you should stay near us. It would be in your best. That would be in your. It would help you stay alive if you stay with us.
She kind of laughs and gives you like a pitying look and goes, I very much disagree.
Sarah didn't, out of character, didn't she say that she would not hinder our task?
It's true.
She said that she would not
Yes.
hinder our task,
Correct.
but that doesn't mean her people won't. So we could probably give her back her weapons because she won't.
She will not attack her own people, but she will take. She will take us to where we need to go, the shortest distance possible.
Well, she
So
said
I
she
didn't
would
say I would
point.
take you.
Yeah, she said she would point. So I say we let her move a little bit and point us at the right direction. We throw her stuff on the ground behind us and we walk away.
No,
you can do that.
I hand her stuff back.
A sign of good faith.
Yep.
She looks up at Teslan and says, and then reaches for her equipment and says, you may be the wisest of this group.
Low bar.
I give her a respectful smile and nod my head in thanks for the compliment.
She slowly, like looking around at each of you, stands, holds one hand up while the other starts reaching into her pockets. We're gonna add some flavor. So she reaches into two separate pockets and pulls her hand out. Actually, you know what? She reaches into one pocket and pulls out a vial that has a liquid that shifts between brown, silver, and gray layers. She offers it to Teslan.
I
This
take
will
it.
allow you this will allow you to climb like the shadows.
Mm.
It is a potion of climbing. She reaches back into uh, her pockets and she pulls out a large onyx stone. She whispers into it. It's in another language. You know what? She'll do it in Umbral. And as she finishes her whisper, she holds it up and it begins to float on its own and kind of gently hovers there. And she says, "This will show you the way." And she begins to recede into the cave wall until only her shadow remains.
That is such a neat trick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cool
Yeah.
trick.
Gianna hates that she's impressed by this. She's like,
Guys, I forgot to thank her, but I also forgot her name. What was her name?
Fleek.
Gick.
Fleek.
Yick.
Yick. Fleek. Thank you, Fleek.
All right. Well, shall we follow this thing? And he points
Thing.
at the floating rock.
I could use a shot of healing if somebody's got. I'm down to, well, I'm down to under a third of my hit points.
I will spend one of my spell slots and do cure wounds.
You also remember that she did not take you up on your healing.
Oh, yeah. Maybe she didn't need it.
Yeah.
Maybe she thinks you'll need it.
Yeah. If we could
Yeah.
stop giving healings to a potential enemy, that'd be really, really nice.
I mean, I was gonna cast Goodberry and hand her one.
She's out. She's just like watching you on the wall as a shadow.
Yeah. I give you you get 5 points of healing. I know it's not a
For
lot,
Tesla?
but
Thank you.
yeah. I'm sorry, bro.
It gets me back into double digits at least.
Yay.
I have 1 spell slot left, man. This is gonna be ugly.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I'm going to before we move on, I'm going to move as a bonus action my hunter's mark on myself because I still have it for an hour.
Do the same thing with X. I assume
And
that
then
X is gonna fade out after the next combat. Last an hour or two. So
Well,
I
are you
will.
knowing that this stone is going to point you the way that you want to go? You may
Mhm.
want to strategize. You may want to take a short
Yeah, sure.
rest. You may want to think about what you want to do from here on
Yeah.
out. If you do stall any longer, your light cantrip goes again. Your hex will wear off. A short rest is an hour, so
Mhm.
any of those held spells that you have will go.
I mean, how do you guys
Um,
feel?
if we're really that beat up, we should take a short rest. If we're all really that beat up.
Well, I'm as far as being beaten up, I'm not doing too bad, but yeah, could use a little pick me up or magic.
What does the short rest get us?
You can spend your it dice up to your level to heal.
You think she was the one that was taking pot shots at us?
I need a perception check from everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's
Hilalia,
pretty
you see the shadow on the wall shake its head.
He
Um,
just said her. She didn't say all her people. I still think we'll get hit if we stick around too long.
Yeah.
as Hilalia points out the shaking head and goes, "Why are you shaking your head?" What had just been said, uh, Gianna, you kind of put together that she was not the one following you from the beginning because of when she started shaking her head versus what you guys were saying.
Oh, well, sorry, Fleek. Now I like feel bad that I blamed you. Okay, fine.
But all right,
You've never seen a shadow head slap before. Face palm.
That's funny.
so what do you guys want to do? Shall we sit down for an hour and rest? That would allow me anyway to replenish my magic and, as I said, cook you some food, make you sturdier for the battle to come.
Then keep going. In my opinion.
I mean, if y'all wanna, here's what I'm saying. If y'all wanna take a short rest, I can kind of stand on guard in case something happens.
Gianna, how badly are you beat up?
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, the equivalent feeling of 9 hit points worth.
I'm feeling,
Bruised.
I'm feeling about half of my normal self.
next time I scrape my knee, I'm gonna be like, "Ow, 1 hit point."
I am in similar shape
I've
to
done that
Gianna.
before.
What? Okay, so a significant portion of our team is really hurt. We need to take a short rest, and we can get temporary health points. That's the better option.
It's not, as I said, it's not temporary hit point, but if you spend it dice, you get a +1 on every it dice that you roll. So that's
That's the better option, folks. We're gonna we
Okay.
can't help anybody if we're about to die.
Self-care, folks. Self-care.
So short rest.
And I'm gonna be on guard
but
in case
I can
anything.
scout. Yeah, we can scout ahead to make sure that we're not, about to be attacked for an hour.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and take my temporary, or I can do my my hit die to get some health back.
Yep.
Okay.
You can click on your sheet where it says it dice. You have up to your level, and
Hey! Yay!
don't forget. Oh, if you roll 3, you get an extra 3 on that if you need it, because Ali is cooking food for people.
Thank you. I'm at full health then.
I probably won't be taking part of that because I won't be on guard making sure everybody else is safe. So.
But Hilalia, you can still have some of the good berry even if you're taking watch, right? So you can go up a little.
Okay, I can do that.
Who
So
cast
Goodberry would give me what?
Wait, who cast Goodberry?
Or whatever the
wait.
food that you're cooking.
Okay, well, the food I'm cooking would require him or her to spend an it dice so she can get a +1 on it.
Does that let you go above your max, or is that just
No, you cap it. Yeah, I'm not that good of a cook.
Okay, I'm back up to max then.
Anyone else doing anything? Your lights fade, your hex fades, your hunter's mark fades.
I'd recast the cantrip for light.
Yeah.
As you leave this little room from taking your break in amidst the stagnant water, you see that as you move, the onyx stone always stays exactly the same distance away from you, but it starts to move back down this tunnel. Naz, you hear a click as Gianna takes a step.
Great.
I need dex saving throws from you both, but Naz has advantage.
Oh.
Can I have tackled Gianna out the way? With my 18?
No, you're saving yourself. Sorry, bud.
Okay.
All right, Gianna. I rolled shitty.
Yay!
You take 2 slashing damage
Okay.
as you notice as you step and some of the stone shifts, there's a wire that goes under some of the rubble up the wall, and a scythe releases and stabs you right in the side.
Oh shit!
There's a
Oh crap!
there. Careful.
What was that there before?
I don't think
Kind of wondered
so.
that myself.
Well, I feel like I've got Damn, I definitely should have used my fast hands to disarm a trap, which I did not do.
All
Can
right.
you read me the rules on that in case I did it wrong?
I don't think so. Starting at 3rd level, you can use your bonus action gained by cunning action to take a dex sleight of hand check, to using your thieves tools to disarm a trap, open a lock, or use an object action. So because yours was like kind of like a surprise one, I don't know if I would have gotten the opportunity to know to use it as a bonus action. So
Fair.
Yeah, if we had an opportunity to notice it before you stepped on it, you probably could have disarmed it.
right, but I failed my perception check, so then yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I think Halelia will just be like, you know what? I think we need to start looking for traps now. That's just me. I'm just saying. I think we need to start looking for stuff.
I turned back to her
Does
and be
anybody
like, yeah, thanks. I think I got that.
does anybody have a 10-foot pole or or a very large stick?
I don't know. Do I look like I can carry that kind of things? Said the halfling.
I think I'm also going to start using, if we're going a little bit slower to check for traps, I'll start using my investigation versus my perception to start looking for things.
you
If you're
got
okay
it.
with that? Okay.
Sure.
Can I use
All
my
right.
passive perception if that's okay?
Only if something moves. No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but your perception roll is already pretty high, so.
Yeah. So, here's your little rock. I added it to the map. So it's still hovering where you guys stopped and is like, you coming?
All right, so I will clearly point out exactly where this wire is so everyone can now step over it since I found it for you all.
Make me 3 investigation checks, Gianna.
Okay. Yep.
Naz, if you would like, since you're in front too, you can make 3 investigation checks as well.
Okay. Is it possible because I have proficiency with investigation? Could I have given Gianna advantage
No,
on her checks? Okay.
it's for
Yeah.
you. This is your character sheet, not Gianna's
Okay.
character sheet.
I know. I was trying to make the argument that I was helping. Like
If you want
that
to do an aid, then she could have advantage on her checks. But your
Yeah.
bonuses do not give
Oh.
her bonuses.
I got you. Thank you. Yeah. Next time, I would like to do that next time. If that's okay.
Well, she just made 3 investigation checks, so if you would like, you can give her advantage on that, but then you do not make a roll.
Okay. Yeah, I have
can
no problem.
talk to you.
I have no problem with that. I will give you advantage.
So go ahead
Go
and
ahead.
roll 3 times again, Gianna.
Okay.
Save that on the last one.
So
Okay.
a 15, a 18, and a 24.
Great.
Yay.
So with this, so now that you've gotten hit by the scythe, and so you slow things way the hell down, you're like, guys, we're gonna go real slow. As you kind of look, you see that some of this rubble that is underfoot, like here and here, seems to have actually been like kind of shifted. And as you move some of the rocks under the way, you see like a small passage into the wall of the rock that some of those Koblenau might have fit into. So you think that some of these might be like sneaking around behind you and setting traps for when you guys double back.
Oh.
I
Oh,
relayed that to
sneaky.
the rest of the group that are behind us. What Naz and I
Ah.
heard.
Those.
I knew that
Those
that wire
sneaky-
wasn't there. A sneaky little bastard.
All right. But with that discovery, you see no other traps as the little stone moves to here.
Okay. Then Naz and I will continue to lead the group down. Let us know what you want us to roll.